Hey guys, welcome back to TheScottSpot. I'm Scott, and you're watching Final Fantasy XIII. So here we are on the Fifth Ark, which is a piece of Pulse that has somehow been moved to Cocoon without anyone even noticing its existence. But it's basically a giant battleground for l'Cie. Put up the data log can probably explain it better than I could. Oh, good God! All right, so let's catch up on this real quick. We already read that at the beginning of the chapter. Focus revealed. Chapter 10. What fal'Cie want. Shortly after their reunion, the l'Cie's newfound conviction is shaken by the fal'Cie masquerading as a human Primarch. If what Barthandelus says is true, then their focus really is the destruction of Cocoon. One of them must become the beast from their vision, and doom the floating world to annihilation by killing the entity that keeps it aloft, the being known as Orphan. But does Barthandelus desire the destruction of his own world? Why else would he explain their focus in such detail? The l'Cie cannot fathom his true intent. There is no denying that a power beyond their understanding prevented their demise. Their airship flew with a mind of its own, evading Rosh's attacks and bringing them to this place, a sprawling relic of Pulse architecture nestled right beneath Eden, the capital city of Cocoon. Each of them feels lost and confused, but Snow, in particular, seems to have been hit hard. Believing Sarah's wish to be his focus is what kept him moving forward all this time. Now that he has learned that she, too, was an enemy of Cocoon, the very foundation of his belief has fallen into ruin. Well, he needs to get over it, considering the others already got over it a long time ago. And the power within. Thang and Vanille remember a legend from their homeland, a legend about the Arks. Arks are supposedly huge armories filled with living weapons, their occupants kept in stasis for the day war comes to Grand Pulse. But why is one of them on Cocoon? It was probably transported in the same manner as the vestige in Bodom, but if it became known that such a facility existed so close to Eden, even the massed ranks of the entire Sanctum army would be powerless to stem the resulting tide of panic. Could it be that the government has been kept ignorant of the Ark's existence in the event that such a crisis be required? The Arks are also known as training grounds for l'Cie. As their brands burn with the awakening of new powers, the companions begin to understand Barthandelus' intention in sending them to this place. The fal'Cie posing as the Primarch really does wish the l'Cie to complete their focus and bring an end to Cocoon. Why else give them this opportunity to hone their skills? What the hell is Daisley's real motivation here? Well, I guess we won't find out until later. But we have some new character entries as well. Sarah Farron. Sarah is Lightning's younger sister and Snow's fiancée. Also a Pulse l'Cie, she has gained eternal life and slumbers in crystal stasis. Snow believes their focus is to save the world as Sarah wished, but Barthandelus explains that her task was simply to gather the tools for Cocoon's destruction. Was Sarah nothing more than a pawn? An unwitting enemy of Cocoon? Well, that's what the game wants us to believe at this point anyway. Galinth Daisley. Acting in the guise of a human Primarch, Galinth Daisley has concealed his true identity as the fal'Cie Barthandelus. He reveals to Lightning and her companions that their focus is for one of them to take on the form of Ragnarok and shatter Cocoon. Despite overseeing Cocoon's prosperity for so long, it seems he now desires its destruction. To that end, he has watched over the fugitive l'Cie and even taken a direct hand in their survival. Thanks, Barty! Oh man. And Jill Nabat. Jill Nabat is a talented SciComm officer who graduated the head of her class. As a supervisor in charge of Dodge's testing, she grew close to his father, Saz. However, her kindness was simply a ruse to gain access to the boy's l'Cie ability to sense Pulse entities. She captures Saz and Vanille and Nautilus, using them as bait in her scheme to draw the other Pulse l'Cie out of hiding. Jill's plans backfire when her carefully laid ambush is unable to contain the l'Cie, and Barthandelus disposes of her as he would any other tool. It almost makes me feel sorry for her, except for I don't, because she's such a gigantic bitch. But yeah, a lot of people were really disappointed that you didn't get to actually fight her, because, like I think I mentioned this before, she was like the third character revealed after like Lightning and Snow, and she was featured pretty prominently in the trailers, so a lot of people like expected her to be like one of the main villains, I guess. Not so. It's too bad such hotness had to leave the world. Why do we have a new 13-day entry? Day 13, Flight. Believing the Sanctum announcement that the Purge was a forced migration to Pulse, Vanille decided to board the train of her own free will. This could be her only chance to return home. Vanille hated the idea of leaving Thang behind on Cocoon, but if she could make it back to the lower world, her focus would no longer be a danger to anyone. Maybe she couldn't change reality, but she could defy her fate by running away. Her encounter 4 days ago had given her the courage she needed. 4 days. Day 12. Oh, I know what it's talking about. We actually don't know the encounter yet that it's talking about. Real quick when I'm thinking about it. Jill Nabat, so many people were upset that you didn't get to fight her. They added her as a DLC boss in the sequel. So yeah, look forward to me fighting her eventually. Anyway, locales, the Fifth Ark. This Grand Pulse structure lies deep below the capital city of Eden, its existence unknown to the members of the Sanctum. According to legend, Arks are Grand Pulse armories that hold living weapons in stasis, in preparation for war with outside forces. These facilities also supposedly serve the function of awakening l'Cie's latent powers. Why this Fifth Ark is on Cocoon, and whether there are other Arks hidden elsewhere, is uncertain. I guess we'll find out. The fallacy, yep, I figured it'd be Bartandalus. This fallacy has long lived under the guise of Glymph Daisley, the Sanctum's supposedly human Primarch. He has kept careful watch on the fugitive l'Cie through the eyes of his Ruck, Minerva, forcing them to grow stronger while at times aiding secretly in their flight. Bartandalus desires only that the l'Cie complete their focus, which he explained to be transforming into the beast Ragnarok in order to destroy Cocoon. Destroy Orphan and all of Cocoon. Oh man. Oh, and we got new tutorials too. Okay, this Crystarium is probably just going to tell us how to develop all roles. Main menu. We already know how to form our battle team. Okay, and without further ado, let's take on these suckers. It's a new enemy, I think it's the Noctilucale. These guys are only threatening in large groups like this, so I wouldn't worry too much about these guys. They have the ability to inflict some nasty status elements on you, but like I said, it's nothing to be like overly concerned for. Do we know anything about these guys? Oh, they're weak against fire. Well, unfortunately, Lightning only has access to the level 1 fire spell. Alright, let's take advantage of that weakness now, though. I can't wait until Lightning learns the rest of her elemental abilities. Or strikes, anyway. I don't know if she ever learns Fire or not, but who knows. You would think she would. Alright, good job. Only 3 stars? I probably should have started with Fire earlier. Okay, and let's see. Over here, we have another new enemy. This is... oh, let's not go that way yet. Let's start over here. Those guys are called phosphoric oozes. And there's something very unique about these guys that I will explain in the battle. Oh, a preemptive. I didn't mean to get a preemptive, but I'll take it. Basically, they can combine into one giant phosphoric ooze called an alchemic ooze. And the reason I mention that is because do we know this? Oh, against fire again. Surprise. Anyway, what I was going to say is the reason I mentioned that is because the alchemic ooze is one of the most commonly missed data log enemy intel entries. So make sure that you get the full enemy intel on the combined phosphoric oozes before the end of the chapter. And I'm going to make sure I do that here momentarily. Oh, are we going to have to fight the... oh, geez, this is going to be fun. Fire, fire, fire. Actually, probably should have gone for the Noctilucale things first. And we'll be fighting plenty of them as the chapter goes on, and you'll see why. Just take them out one at a time. Another reason that people miss the alchemic ooze a lot is because they just kill the phosphoric oozes so fast that they never even get a chance to combine. But I believe there's a good spot to get them here shortly. Alright. And we got a treasure sphere back here. Containing Saint's Amulet, which I think just has like faith or something. Or auto faith. SOS faith. And more platform numbers. I think this way is a dead end. Let's check. One of these is a dead end. Oh, the right path is a dead end. So let's go that way first. But there's nothing down here. Oh, there's a giant group of Nocticulae, whatever, protecting that treasure sphere. But we can't get to that side yet. But we'll come back around. Let's take the other path. And take on this giant group of Nocticulaes. Got rid of that group. And let's see what waits for us further down. Oh, it's another group of oozes. So let's go for the Nocticulae first. That way, hopefully we'll get to see an alchemic ooze. That just makes me think of Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers movie when we were kids, or when I was a kid anyway. Anybody remember that? Anybody? No, just me? Oh, okay. Alright, so we got a couple left. We got poisoned somehow. Alright, Hope. Heal us. Let's get this Nocticulae. Alright, what does it say? Oh, that's not what I was trying to look at. Capable of merging into more powerful form. Alright, let's take out one of them. Oh, I'm nervous because I'm not sure the exact conditions required. Let's do this. Wait, are they... Oh, there we go. Now let's use a lever scope to make sure we get it. And switch back to our main form of attack. This thing can be tricky, so if you have more than one enemies, I wouldn't recommend. Let's see. Delivers devastating physical attacks. Just use a bunch of fires on it. Don't kill Fang, we need her. But you can see this thing is much more tough. Hope, heal Fang. Ooh, that was close. Heal us a little bit more, Hope. Actually, I think if you heal us one more time, we can probably make it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, Sarah, you're done. Alright, so yeah, just make sure you get the enemy intel entry. Like I mentioned before, oh geez, 1 star. Well, that makes sense. Completing 100% enemy intel doesn't get you anything. There's no reward for it, but if you're just a completionist like I am, then you'll know. Okay, so... yeah, that makes sense. The path forward is that way, but we can actually jump up here. It is huge. It's like a whole nother pulse vestige, if not bigger than the one we were at towards the beginning of the game. Okay, so there's that big group of Nocticulae that I was talking about before. And this is a notable encounter because this is actually a really great grinding spot. I'll explain after the battle. Preemptive. So yeah, it's really easy to get a preemptive strike. And there's so many Nocticulae here that you don't even have to really worry. So many. Alright, I'm going to use Thundara to hopefully get as many of them as possible. Well, it doesn't really matter because they all die so quickly that even if you don't stagger them. So many. And just like that, the battle's over. Alright, so let's see how long that battle took. 20 seconds, and we got 640 CP. So that's really good, actually. Just get the treasure sphere they were guarding, and you'll get 10 vials of medicinal oil. Alright, so once you do that, to get them to respawn, just hop down to the beginning of the ascension upwards. Down here. And then just go back up. Because the game perceives you as having traveled far enough with your elevation change, when you come back up, they're back. So I'll go ahead and fight that battle again one more time since I'm up here. I don't have an actual need to grind right now, but who cares? One more thing that I should mention is it's actually a great time to, gosh, what am I trying to say? Use the aggression paradigm to take him out quickly. It has Lightning and Fang as a commando and Hope as a Ravager. Alright, but like I said, I don't really have a need to grind, so I'm not going to mess with that too much longer. On we go. And be careful when you fight them, because it is easy for them to kill you if you... oh geez, if you're not careful. So this is another battle where we have a good chance of seeing the Alchemic Ooze. I got 0 stars for that battle. Thanks, Alchemic Ooze. Yeah, there's a good chance you'll get through that battle with seeing an Alchemic Ooze. That'd be a good time to use it. Okay, so what's next? Can we jump up here? Oh, here we go. Alright, where's the next treasure sphere? And I should probably mention, this is probably my least favorite chapter. There are some interesting plot developments here, a couple, 2 or 3, but not many at all. There's like halfway through the chapter we get an interesting cutscene and some stuff, and then at the end of the chapter. But until then, between then, it's just all fighting, which makes sense given the context of why we're here, but still. What did we just get? An accessory rainbow anklet, right? That's pretty. I'm sure Vanille would like that. Increases day's resistance by 30%. Don't care. Actually, poison might be a good thing to have here since the alchemic and phosphoric oozes have the ability to poison you, but oh well. Here we go. Oh shit. New enemy. These guys are the Scatane and Stikini.
Let's get this over with.
As always, try to take out the Stikini first. The one in back that does the dances, because they will just wreck your day if you let them. Things like, get out of here. I'm sure that hurts its shin when it lands like that. And I have no idea what these guys' weaknesses are, so playing this by ear. Oh, it looks all the same, so I don't think it has an elemental weakness. Should be figuring out its stagger point fairly soon, though. 150 it is. Oh jeez, this thing can deal out some damage if you're not careful. Launch it, thing. There we go. Thanks. Okay. You know, since this is a pulse place, why not? Actually, no, we'll see his lightning for now. Because why not? I was gonna say let's switch to Fang, but I think we'll do that later. Alright, so this is a huge room. Multiple layers. I hate these rooms. There's like 2 or 3 like this. Down we go. Hello, sir. He wasn't having none of that. It was just the one Scatane, so no worries. And over here we have another dynamic duo. It's like impossible to sneak up on them. Just another battle, as lightning would say. What's in here? 600 gil. Oh boy, we're rich. How will I ever... So there's an alternate path that you can take along the side here, but it just leads back to where we jumped down from. And I think it wants us to jump down here, but let's follow this side path and see where it takes us. Probably just the same place. Same route, different, or same destination, different route. Nothing over here, so let's... There's nothing over there, so I think that if we jump down here, we might have a chance at getting a preemptive, but it seems unlikely. Oh, they have a Circuitron with them now. How will I cope? Blue skies. Oh shit. Well, that didn't work, did it? Oh, while I'm thinking about it, I also forgot to mention that you can grind Circuitrons here for their rare bombshell drops, because they're worth 250 EXP, which to my understanding is a lot for the weapon upgrade system. But I'm not too worried about it. Alright, let's go through here. Make sure there's nothing we missed. Don't think so. Forward we go. Where are we now? Still the high conflux, huh? Nothing that way. Nothing that way. Save station. Let's go through here. Me either, Fang. Oh, jeez. What are those?
These things are alive.
What's this sanctum up to? Are they planning to start a war?
Thought we decided the Sanctum didn't know about this. Hibernatorium. Fifth Ark. I'm sure... Which one of these is going to come to life? Oh gosh, 2 of them. Maybe I can get it preemptive if I'm quick. I think I got it. Hopefully it's just one.
Keep your mind on the battle.
Fire, thunder, water, arrow. Alright, so these guys can be pretty tough, so you gotta watch yourself. We'll get to see it eventually, but their main thing that they do is summon a blade that does all the attacking for them. Alright, let's buff up and debuff. I think it's called for in this case. Get slow on it, thing. Shell. Is it weak against thunder? Did we? Oh, I guess so. We already figured out it's weak against lightning. I'm trying to figure out the stats on this thing. Alright, so let's switch to Delta
Keep the
attack.
enemy off balance.
See, lightning summoned, or the Berserker summoned the Centaurian blade thing. So we need to fight. It doesn't have a lot of HP, but it can do a lot of damage quickly. And since you don't always even see this thing, you're definitely going to want to Libra it to get it into your enemy dictionary. Actually, I'm going to Libra it again just to be safe, even though it's probably unnecessary. No, not summon. Ah, didn't count. Alright, so let's go back to Relentless. So it's weak against thunder, so let's just use Spark Strike a bunch of times. Good to see lightning doing a bunch of physical attacking again. Even still, with it having all these weaknesses put on it, we still need to stagger it to do any real damage. Come on, why is this thing missing 1,000 times? Someone answer me that. Thing just wasted like a whole ATB gauge just trying to launch this thing. There she goes. Is it that difficult thing? You could have at least done damage while you were trying to launch. Oh boy. So yeah, you get the gist. You're definitely going to want to sabotage and synergize yourself and the enemy to beat these things. But you never encounter them with other enemies to my recollection, so it's, don't worry too much about it. So let me just go ahead and take out its friend, hopefully with another preemptive. Got 5 stars again with no problems. Okay, so that's it for this room. Fortunately, those things, that one and that one, aren't going to come to life. Jeez. Alright, what's over here? Anything of interest? Actually, this is probably... I don't know if I should end the video here or not, because I know I'm going to be cutting out a lot of the fights. Wait, I went backwards, didn't I? Shit. Other way. Hopefully it doesn't respawn them. Please don't respawn. Okay, good. I guess that wouldn't make sense since we saw them come to life in that story segment. What, did you doubt it, thing? Have you seen these things running around in the wild? It's hard to imagine that this place has been here the whole time. Okay. Oh, we got a lift. Let's take it down.